Howdy, I'm going to share something with y'all that will really help your bass fishing. Some things that work well for you. It worked well for me. Actually, it'll help your crappie fishing, help your deer hunting, help your love life for all I know. Please hang around a little bit and watch what I have to tell you. This is Hickbilly Outdoors with D.W. Verts. Be right back. So when I was a kid and wanting to be a professional bass fisherman, wanting to do it for a living, I remember reading Red Clun talk about being versatile, and I took that to heart, that being good at every technique would certainly help me in my career, and it did. This isn't bragging. There's nothing I don't do bass fishing, at least from the major basics, that I'm not proficient. I'm good at it. I mean, that sounded horrible, but I can do it. I'm going to tell y'all that for this next year, you need to step outside that comfort zone, step outside that box, and try some things that you may not be comfortable with, you may not be proficient at. As an example, I fished a bunch of little lakes this year trying to win this iBass Gold online competition, and without fail, I saw boats from 21-foot bass boats down to kayaks, down to people walking banks. And I never saw one person throw a crankbait. If you're watching my bass fishing videos, since I've been doing this YouTube channel, you'll see I caught a load of bass on a crankbait. It was a perfect year with cooler water temperatures, and the wind is set up perfectly, especially for that square bill, and I just loaded up on them all summer and all fall. I never saw another bass fisherman throw a crankbait. Maybe they're not comfortable with it. I don't know. So I'm going to challenge you to learn something new this year, or new things, multitudes, and practice them till you get proficient. About 1980 or so, I had never fished a jig and spoon. My little lake that you'll see me fish videos on all the time, my little 115-acre lake, it's not a spoon lake. Deepest water in it, 21 foot deep. I ain't never caught a bass that deep. But I went to that lake one day. I had other tackle with me, which is fair enough. But I had a rod with a half-ounce jigging spoon on it. And I picked that thing up about 10 o'clock that morning. I didn't put it down for about 4 hours. It took me 5 minutes to catch my first bass on it. It's cool. I fished with that thing for 4.5 hours. I caught several bass until I felt proficient at it. About a year later, I was fishing a Lake of the Ozarks tournament in the river where the current was that summer, and I pulled that jig and spoon out and won that tournament. Never hesitated. It felt good. I knew what to do. I knew how to get loose out of brush, blah, blah, blah. Experimented with the snaps and stuff, but that's all it took. It's that simple. Some techniques won't be that simple, and some people don't pick up things as fast as other people do, or different techniques as well. For instance, me. My weakest bait is that frickin' wacky worm that everybody is so ate up about. Senko stuff. I don't get it. I've tried it. I've caught bass doing it, but I don't get why everybody's so ate up about it. But Roland Martin thinks it's the best bait on planet Earth. There must be something to it I haven't figured out. This next year, I'm going to take it a little more serious and figure out what is happening that I'm missing out on, because there's something there. I see on discussion forums and things that people, their favorite things. Well, everybody's got a favorite thing to do. I mean, topwater fishing is my favorite, just for the pure fun of it. But if I was fishing tournament, fishing for money, fishing for big bass, I'm a flipping kind of guy. I'm going to fish heavy cover with a flipping rod. But I'll throw that crankbait, I'll throw a spinnerbait, buzzbait, whatever. I feel comfortable. It's just tools in a toolbox, and you need to know how every tool works. If it means leaving tackle at home, do it. If it means going to a pond somewhere and you're used to going to a reservoir in a bass boat, take that one rod reel, take that bait, and go to that pond and get good at it. If that's what it takes, it will make you a better fisherman, not necessarily just a bass fisherman. Crappie fishing, there's different techniques, different things. Some crappie fishermen don't like fishing deep, don't like fishing as vertical or cast. I mean, there's so many things. Deer hunters, same thing. There's things, people, you get so much in that groove of doing the same thing all the time. We're not going to talk about the love life. Challenge you to challenge yourself. I'm going to learn this technique, learn this bait, learn this angle of the dangle thing, deep water, shallow water, whatever. If you learn one thing this year, that you get good enough that you can say, this is the time to do it, this is how, because it's not just about the technique, about the bait, it's also about when, where, how, why. Learn that. Make a project out of learning something new this year. And folks, it will help you in everything in life, but we're talking mostly bass fishing now because that's what I waste my time doing. I'm a bass fisherman. God bless you guys. Hope y'all like this. If you do, subscribe. If not, let me know what I did wrong.